So, my dear brothers, today God will anoint you and consecrate you to be His priest, and He sends you out. Go with joy and confidence.
You know, I recall being in the 4th grade altar server and just feeling that call to serve Christ as a priest. But as I grew up and I got a little bit older, I drifted a little. I got angry at God and I left and I turned the other way. But it was roughly 20 years later when He just reached down. He reached down and he turned me around.
I just wanted to be like my dad, and so I wanted to have a family. But going through high school, helping to lead retreats, and seeing the kind of impact a priest could have on the lives of young people, that I could have that kind of impact on so many people, just moved me to consider more.
I feel a combination of emotions, but most of all happy and excited. And I especially look forward to celebrating the sacraments and most of all the Mass and confession.
I'm looking forward to really getting into the parish, really starting ministry, journeying with the people of God as they journey to meet God and to bring God closer into their own lives, and just to be a part of that, even in a small way.
My dear brothers, today you receive His consecration. Jesus sends you into the world to carry on His mission. When we look at Jesus, we see a priest who loves God and loves His people more than he loves his own life. Not my will, or your will be done. Of course, ordination does not change the fact that you are still ordinary men. After today, you will still be sinners, striving to be saints, just like you were yesterday, and just like everyone around you and everyone you minister to. Jesus entrusts you today with great responsibility for His people. You will be spiritual fathers to God's people, so always be merciful as the Father is merciful.
I was lost and I was looking for something, and I just didn't know what it was. I was looking for something to fill that hole. And it was, you know, later in life that God showed me that He was what was going to fill that hole. I'm really looking forward to just being present and hoping and praying that I can stay out of God's way so He can work through me.
But especially I like to pray when I am working with the people, like the farmer in the field. Really pray with the heart. Pray with the heart and put this heart in the hands of Jesus.
Some of the advice that I would give to somebody discerning the priesthood, especially someone who thinks that they might be unworthy of the priesthood, is to embrace your unimpressiveness. I think we spend so much time in this world trying to be impressive and, you know, find our little niche where we can be impressive. But I think the love that we're being called to in the priesthood is about washing feet. It's about getting down on our hands and knees and letting our gifts be used where they're needed. Don't be afraid of your unworthiness. The rest of the world might say, be more impressive. Let go of that. Be not afraid.
Don't be afraid. God is with you. God has forgiven you. God loves you. He has called you. No one's really worthy of this call. This is a gift that God gives us. We're kind of like Peter. At first we're like, yes, let's do it. And then we're like, get away from me, Lord. If He's calling you and inviting you to the priesthood, God will certainly make your life even more fruitful.
First and foremost, the person I need to thank most is my mom.
My mom really helped me, prayed for me throughout high school, throughout college.
Definitely I would like to thank my mom and my dad and all my family.
It's my spiritual director.
I would just like to thank my mom and dad for helping me to become a priest.
I pray that you will be holy priest and always try to share the joy of loving God and growing in holiness and love.